Hello. Trying to get my little light going good. It's the end of the day. I'm going to just be playing. Makeup was put on this morning. Looks pretty okay. I mean, it just is. But I'm just playing. Mainly doing it to be doing something while I'm talking. So, on my social media pages on this channel here, the whole point of what I want to do, what I try to do, is keep things light and fun because there's so much heaviness out there in the world. For example, I am wearing a St. Patrick's Day t-shirt when it's not even New Year's, but I'm silly. It's what I do. But there's a lot going on. And, as much as I try to keep things light and airy, my heart's heavy. And I think it's okay. No, I know it's okay. You don't know this, but I have a lot of psychology in my educational background. 3 credit hours from industrial and organizational psychology degree or PhD. I have a master's in psychology. So, psychologically, I feel that I can speak with authority to say that it is okay to express emotions. I think one thing in our society that we tend to do is it's almost like if you're not happy and joyful and on a caffeine high 24/7, then something's wrong with you and you need medication. No, our bodies were designed to go up and down. And I think it's healthy that when we're experiencing sorrow or experiencing fears or experiencing negative attitudes, it's okay to claim that feeling. Just don't allow yourself to stay there and dwell there. So I'm there right now. I'm not one, a lot of people talk about their anxiety. I'm not one to do that. I'm one to be like, if you have anxiety, try to deal with that. But I personally don't just sit there and talk about it. But today, it's been a while since we have ventured to the big city of Beaumont, Texas. And tomorrow's my honey's birthday, so there's other things that I have to do tomorrow that we wouldn't get to go to Beaumont. So we decided that we would go eat and do some grocery shopping. We go to the store, H-E-B, my favorite. I love H-E-B. And basically, the shelves are empty. And, excuse me, I got a little nut stuck in my throat. But the shelves are empty. And when I say empty, I'm talking post-hurricane empty. Post-COVID announcement in 2020 empty. Not here at the end of 2021. And it saddens me. It saddens me because our world is just not what I thought that I would grow old in. You know, you have this image of how it's going to be when you grow old. This is not it. Now, mind you, I have studied my Bible my entire life. My father's a preacher, and I always look through everything through the lens of what I was taught, you know, through the prophets, prophetically. So when I see what's going on in the world, I'm looking at it from end times. And it's funny because it's like there's this part of me that, you know, you have those teachers and preachers who say, you know, it's the end times or we're getting close. And so there's this part of me that's like, I've always known that. And then there's the reality of living that. You know, I think sometimes we're arrogant in how we think that our country, because we've been blessed. We've been very blessed to live in the country that we live in. And therefore we start to think, well, you know, this is how I should be treated. This is, you know, how it should always be. We almost become divas. Or some of us definitely have become divas. Even men. And we're like, no, you know, we should always have food on the shelves. And anything we want, we should get it immediately. You know, we have that instantaneous gratification syndrome. And that's just not how the world is. You know, we don't know how to be grateful anymore. We don't know how to face challenges without having a syndrome attached to it. You know, I mean, I get so cracked up how everyone has to have some kind of issue. You know, it's almost like socially acceptable to have an issue. We don't know how to fight and deal. And when I say fight, I don't mean this fight. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about internal, I don't know, internal responsibility, internal ability to deal with tough situations. We just have no clue. We literally have no clue how to be grown-ups. I look at my own self. There are so many times. I mean, y'all, I'm in my 40s. Well, you know, I didn't want to deny to be in my 40s, but I'm in my 40s. And there's just days I'm like, Mom, can you be the adult today? Because I don't want to be. There's so many times that as adults these days that we face scenarios and situations where our forefathers and mothers dealt with these things, you know, it's like, yeah, water off a duck's back. And we're crippled by it. We're wimps. And I'm a wimp. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. We've just got a different, air about us, you know, where I'm just not sure that a lot of us are going to be able to survive what's fixing to happen in a good mental health type of way. I don't mean physically or, you know, literally survive. I just mean there's going to be a lot of us who are going to take what's about to come even harder than it has to be, or that we even should take it, because of our whole sad, spoiled state of how we look at life. We look at life through the lens of me. Everything's about the me. Everything's about the me's comfort and pleasure. And that it's sad when we, you know, look at life that way. I mean, I know I'm rambling. I know that my thought process is not being a fluid thought process. It's just, I don't know. I needed to get on and just vent. Sometimes I just have to vent, and that's what I'm doing. Doesn't have to make sequencing sense. It just needs to get out, which is what I'm doing. I'm getting it out. And I'm playing. I like to just sometimes experiment with my makeup while pondering life's woes. I guess it's just, when did we become each other's enemies? You know, they have camps, literal camps. They've not enacted anything yet. It's just a process of time. And then they will. When did we become enemies? You know, when did it become us versus them? We're in a sad state, America. Sad thing is it's not just us. It's everywhere. It's every country. Which then again is the reason I look at what's going on in our world today through the lens of biblical. Because for it to be worldwide, it's not just America. It's not localized, just, you know, one country or just a handful of areas. It's worldwide. I mean, that's meaningful, people. That's extraordinarily prophetic. You know, I really want to use my channel as an format for people to enjoy, just enjoy, you know, come relax, sit down, take a load off, laugh at me for a while or laugh with me. Either way, just laugh. You know, no big deal, nothing serious or thought-provoking. You literally can just zone out. Not tonight. Tonight's just different. Tonight we're fixing, you know, I mean, things that are going on in the world. We need to get a little bit more serious. I've never been a superficial type of person, but sometimes when everything gets so overwhelming, we tend to become superficial just to deal with it, which is what I'm doing, I guess. My form of dealing with it. I guess I'm just amazed at how quickly life has changed for all of us. You know, I mean, I know in my life that I think I was taking God for granted. You know, you get comfortable just, I'm not saying you get your where you want to be, but you get comfortable just day in, day out, you know. And we just forget to be grateful. And then this happens. So when did we stop being friends? You know, everybody has been impacted one way or another by this horrible pandemic. We've all, whether it was this or other things, we've all been played for fools. We continue to be played for fools. I personally am tired of being lied to by everyone. I almost feel like the people who claim that we're being lied to only want us to believe their side so that we can believe their lies. We're all just puppets. It's tragic, is what it is. It's funny. My mother and father raised us to look at every human being and love them. Love them like a brother or a sister, you know? Try to be selfless towards them. Try to meet their needs before even our own needs. When did we stop teaching people that? When did we just start being selfish, greedy? Where we care more about our own self than we do our neighbor. And who is our neighbor? You're my neighbor. My neighbor's my neighbor. I don't know. You know, whether you have lost someone from the big C, or you had it yourself. I had it. I was in the hospital. It was scary and it was horrible. Or if maybe you've had a financial impact. I too have had a financial impact due to it. Over what? Over people being so selfish that they think that they know what's best and that their lives are more important than your life. I keep hearing, oh, it's my cat drinking. I was like, I keep hearing something weird. But I mean, who's to determine that one life is more important than another? Oh, who? God determines that? Yet nobody's inviting him into the party. Excuse me just a minute. He's been the one left out. He's the one who determines if your life at that moment in time is more important than another person's life. That's why in a wreck, some people die and some people don't. And it's all his purpose and his plan. It's not even that somebody's life isn't more important than another person's life. It's his purposes, his plan. There is a reason. But no, we have a select few who have decided that they're the ones who are going to determine who gets to live and who gets to die. Or we have doctors who have determined, oh, you're not jabbity jab jab. Well, then you don't even get to be treated. What? What? Excuse me? That's not being a doctor. I mean, if that were the case, then everyone with diabetes who never stopped eating the bonbons and the potato chips and all of that and became diabetics, they wouldn't have been treated. I don't know. I'm not even going to get there. I'm not going to go there. That's not the whole point. That's not what I was trying to do. My point is that we're not being neighborly. We're not loving each other the way that we were commanded to, commissioned to, instructed to, ordered to. We're not. We're being horrible, selfish little weasels. I don't even have a word for what we're being. But I can guarantee you we are not treating one another the way we would want to be treated. We shouldn't be hurting each other. We shouldn't be tearing each other down. We should be getting up each and every day, looking, searching for ways that we could build one another up. And if that means that we extend a little bit of mercy where maybe it's not even deserved, but isn't that the point? When is mercy ever deserved? And yet when we extend it, that should be okay. It should be okay to forgive. It should be okay to overlook, understand, have empathy. All those things should be a good thing. Maybe one day they will be again.